I was thinking we could paint the nursery blue, I said, brushing sawdust off my jeans. Light blue, like the sky. Ava didn't look up from her phone. Yeah, sure. You okay? Just tired. Her thumbs kept moving, tapping out a message I couldn't see. I leaned against the half-fixed crib. You've been tired a lot lately. I'm growing a human, Noah. That's kind of exhausting. I smiled. Fair. You want some tea? She didn't answer. Just kept texting. I walked into the kitchen, boiled water, and stared at the steam. Something felt off. She used to laugh when I offered tea. Now she barely blinked. When I came back, she'd put the phone down. Thanks, she mumbled, taking the mug. Want to go for a walk later? She shook her head. My ankles are killing me, all right. I sat beside her on the couch. The baby's kicking more. I can feel him stronger every day. That's good. Silence. I looked at her. She was still beautiful and more now, glowing in this raw, earthy kind of way. But her eyes weren't meeting mine like they used to. You sure everything's okay between us? I finally asked. She gave me that smile, the one that didn't reach her eyes. Yeah, why? Just feels like you're somewhere else. I'm fine, Noah. Stop overthinking. I'm not. It just her phone buzzed. She grabbed it fast. I stared. Who's texting you this late? Just Chloe. I frowned. She never texts you, especially not this much. She shrugged. Been checking in lately. She's excited about being an aunt. Since when? She stood. Why are you grilling me? I'm not grilling. I said it's Chloe. Why don't you believe me? I held up my hands. Okay, sorry. She walked to the bedroom, closing the door behind her. I sat there for a while, staring at the baby monitor we hadn't plugged in yet. That night, I couldn't sleep. Her side of the bed was cold. I could hear faint whispers from the hallway. I got up. The bathroom door was cracked open. Ava was sitting on the toilet lid, whispering into the phone. I'm telling you, he doesn't suspect anything. No, not yet. I'll text you later. My chest tightened. I backed away. Back into bed, pulled the blanket over my head. I didn't want it to be true. The next morning, I acted normal. Want waffles? I asked, flipping batter onto the pan. No appetite. Doctor's appointment. Tomorrow, you want me to come? I'll go alone. It's just a routine check. Okay. I forced a smile. I'll be here fixing the shelves anyway. She didn't respond. Later that afternoon, Chloe came by. It's my younger sister, all smiles and sunshine. Hey, brought cookies. Ow. I laughed. You baking now? She grinned, trying new things. Ava walked into the room and froze. Chloe froze too. Weird. What's up? I asked, looking between them. Nothing, Ava said quickly. I'm going to lie down. Chloe handed me the cookies without a word and followed Ava with her eyes as she disappeared down the hall. You... Good, I asked her. Yeah, totally. Just tired. Everyone was tired lately. Except me. That night, I noticed Ava's phone lighting up at 1:47 a.m. She didn't stir. I reached for it. Locked. Her password had changed. Hey, I said the next morning. Did you change your phone code? She stiffened. A lot. You never cared before. I do now. Mind telling me the new one? She narrowed her eyes. Why do you want it? Case of emergencies. What if something happens to you? She stared at me, then turned away. You don't. Trust me. I just want to understand what's going on. Nothing's going on, Noah, she snapped. I said nothing. She stormed out of the room. Chloe texted me that evening. Hey, just checking in. Everything okay with Ava? I replied, not sure. She's been distant. Chloe didn't answer. 5 minutes later, Ava came out of the bedroom. We need space. I blinked. What do you mean? I'm staying at my mom's for a few days because I asked for your passcode. No, because you're smothering. Me smothering Ava. I do everything for you. Been fixing this house, rubbing your feet, going to appointments, and it's too much. She shouted. You make me feel like I'm under surveillance. I stepped back. So that's what this is. I'm leaving tomorrow. She walked out. I didn't stop her. I lay awake staring at the ceiling. Everything felt wrong. The baby, the silence, her lies. I remembered what Dad once said when someone pulls away. Follow your gut, not their words. My gut was screaming, but my heart still wanted to believe her. Still wanted to believe this was just stress. Still wanted to believe this woman I loved wouldn't hide something that could destroy us. The next morning, she packed her bag. Can I at least drive you? I asked. She shook her head. Mason's picking me up. My mouth went dry. Mason, he offered. I said yes. Why would you say yes? She looked at me flat, emotionless. Because I needed someone. He was there. She slammed the door behind her. And in that moment, I knew the perfect life I thought we had. It was never real, just a perfect lie. The floor creaked under my feet as I walked past the hallway. It was almost 2 a.m. I wasn't expecting to hear anything then. I heard her voice, soft, low, sharp around the edges. No, I told you he can never find out. I froze. Her voice was coming from the bathroom. I stepped closer. No, not now. Just keep it quiet, okay? The door was cracked open an inch. The light spilled out like a secret. I leaned forward. She whispered again. He's still being sweet. It's disgusting. Something in me broke. She hung up before I could catch another word. I stumbled back into the shadows just before she opened the door. She walked down the hall, past me, not knowing I'd been. There. The next morning, I made pancakes. I needed normal. Want strawberries on yours? I asked. Ava yawned, walked in and grabbed a fork. Sure. You sleep okay? She nodded. Mostly. Phone call keep you up? She blinked. What call last night? Around 2, she paused. Oh. Just Chloe. Sounded serious. Just girl stuff, I pressed. What kind of girl stuff? Are you seriously doing this? I'm just asking. Don't. It's weird. I let it go. But my hands shook as I flipped the next pancake. Later that day, Chloe stopped by. She didn't smile like she usually did. Hey, she said quietly. Everything okay? She nodded too fast. Yeah, fine. You? Sure. Yeah, I just came to drop off Ava's prenatal vitamins. She asked me to pick them up. I raised an eyebrow. Since when do you two text this much? She looked away. We're getting closer. Really? Yeah. I studied her face. Her lips trembled for half a second. You look tired. She shifted. Didn't sleep much. Hugh and Ava. Talk last night. She flinched. Why? She said it was you on the phone. Chloe nodded. Yeah, it was me. But she wouldn't meet my eyes. That night, I watched Ava as she scrolled through her phone. She wasn't smiling, wasn't frowning either, just detached. What's on your mind? I asked. She shrugged. Nothing. You've been distant lately. I'm pregnant, Noah. You think I feel like dancing? Not what? I mean, then what do you mean? You talk to Chloe more than me these days. And you're always whispering. Her face went blank. What do you want me to say? I want the truth, she snapped. There's nothing going on. You're being paranoid, maybe, but something's not right. She stood. I'm going to bed. I watched her leave. That hollow feeling in my chest was growing. I walked past Chloe's room the next day. She was staring out the window. You okay? I asked. She jumped. Yeah, you've been quiet, just thinking about. She hesitated. Mistakes. My heart skipped. What kind of mistakes? She turned to me. Her eyes looked glassy. It's a kind you can't take back. What happened, Chloe? She swallowed hard. Nothing. I'm just tired. That's all. I took a step closer. Is there something you want to tell me? She shook her head fast. No, please don't ask me that. Why not? I just can't. Noah? I wanted to press further, but she looked like she'd shatter if I did. That evening, I tried again with Ava. Let's watch something together, I offered. Maybe a movie? She glanced up from her screen. Not in the mood. Even for that comedy you like. I said no. I bit my tongue. Can I ask something? She sighed. You're going to anyway. Do you still love me? She didn't answer right away. Then, softly, I don't know. It was worse than a no. Chloe avoided me the rest of the week. Ava barely spoke. I felt like a ghost in my own home. One night, I caught Chloe sitting in the kitchen at 3 a.m. Her eyes were red, couldn't sleep. She shook her head. I sat across from her. Tell me what's going on. I can't. Chloe. She looked at me, tears welling. I made a mistake. What kind? Her lips trembled. I reached for her hand. Whatever it is, I need to know. She pulled away. I'm sorry. That's not enough. I know. What did you do? She stood. I can't. Please don't make me say it. Me that much? She looked me in the eye, then fled down the hallway without a word. I didn't chase her because deep down, I already knew. The water was running in the bathroom. Ava was singing again. Off key. It was the first time in weeks I sat on the edge of the bed scrolling through my phone to notifications. Just before I set it down, her phone buzzed beside me. I didn't mean to look. But I did dot one message from Mason. Last night was a mistake. We can't do this again. My breath stopped. I stared at the screen, willing it to say something else. Another buzz. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to take it that far. I dropped the phone. No. No, not Mason. Not my best friend. Not while she's pregnant with my kid. Not while I was downstairs sanding the crib. We planned to raise our son in. I stood. My legs shook. My lungs forgot how to work out the bathroom. Door creaked open. Ava stepped out wrapped in a towel. What's wrong? You look pale. Couldn't speak. She looked at me, then saw her phone on the floor. Her face changed cold. Flat. You read it? Yeah, I whispered. I read it. She said nothing. Not even sorry. Last night was a mistake. I asked, what night was that, Ava? Her lips parted, but no words came out. Answer me. It wasn't Noah you slept with Mason? She pulled the towel tighter. It wasn't like that. You cheated on me? While I was downstairs building a crib for our son, you were upstairs with him? It just happened with him, Ava. I was lonely. While I was here every damn day. While I was rubbing your feet, making your food, buying baby clothes. She yelled, you don't get it? I don't get what? I felt invisible, okay? You were obsessed with the baby. I needed something. I laughed bitterly. So you slept with my best friend? Her face twisted. Don't twist it around. It was one time. One time doesn't make it hurt less. The hallway creaked. Chloe stood there, her face pale. What's going on? I turned. Perfect timing. You know what? Call Mason. Let's hear his version. Ava stormed out of the room, but Chloe didn't move. I stared at her. You knew, didn't you? Noah, you knew. She swallowed. I didn't mean to. I just overheard you didn't think to tell me. I thought it would destroy everything. I laughed again. Guess what, Chloe? It already has. She looked away, ashamed. Mason showed up 10 minutes later. He had the audacity to knock like nothing happened. I opened the door and didn't speak. He walked in like he belonged. Hey man, you texted. Everything okay? I shut the door. His eyes met mine. He saw it. Okay, look, he started. I didn't mean for any of that to happen. You slept with Ava. He paused. Noah, save it. I was drunk. She was emotional. You didn't mean it. And you never thought to tell me. I was going to. When, after my son was born, Mason stepped forward. I'm sorry. I really am. I wanted to hit him, but then something shifted. Chloe ran in. Stop. Don't hurt him. I froze. What? She grabbed Mason's arm. This isn't his fault. What are you talking about? Her voice cracked. It was me. What do you mean, Knit? Was you? Mason stepped back, silent now. Chloe sobbed. He didn't sleep with Ava. He slept with me. My entire body went numb. What? I'm sorry, she cried. Didn't mean for it to happen. Looked at Mason. He looked away. You slept with my sister. Ava stepped out from the hallway, arms crossed. Guess the truth. Out now. You knew. I whispered. She nodded coldly. I saw them sneaking around. And you let me think it was you. I wanted to see if you'd fight for me. Are you serious right now? Ava scoffed. You were always more focused on Chloe. You two were close. Now you know how it feels. Don't twist this, I growled. Don't you dare, Chloe. Dropped to her knees, sobbing. I'm sorry. I was drunk. I was jealous. I didn't mean to. I backed away, heart pounding. You, my best friend, and my sister. Mason stepped forward. It was a mistake. You think that word fixes this? I didn't mean to hurt you, man. You shattered me, I said. Both of you. Everything I loved you burned. It to the ground. Ava stepped back into the hallway. This is too much drama. Don't you walk away, I snapped. She turned. What? You want to yell at me too? No, I said. I want all of you out of my house. Mason blinked. Come on, man. Don't do this. I pointed to the door. Get out. He opened his mouth but thought better of it. He walked out without another word. Chloe stayed on the floor, shaking. Please don't hate me. I don't even recognize you. I was stupid. I didn't mean for it to go that far. You think that matters? She nodded slowly, eyes full of tears. I ruined everything. You did, I said, and then I turned my back on her. I walked to the nursery, the one I painted sky blue. I sat on the tiny rocking chair and let the silence swallow me whole. The truth didn't set me free. It shattered me. Chloe stood by the kitchen counter, wringing her hands like they could wash the guilt away. I swear, Noah. It was one time, she whispered. One time. My voice cracked. That's supposed to make it better. I was drunk. I didn't mean for it to happen. You didn't mean to sleep with Mason? She winced. I wasn't thinking straight. Don't trip and fall into someone's bed, Chloe. Tears filled her eyes. I didn't want to hurt you, but you did. I hate myself for it. I stared at her. You were the one person I trusted without question. You were my sister. She covered her face, sobbing. I know. I turned away. The walls felt like they were closing in. Ava stood in the doorway, arms crossed. Well, that was dramatic. I looked at her. Really? What? She confessed. You have your answers now. You don't even care, do you? She rolled her eyes. I didn't sleep with him. But you knew? And you let me believe it was you? Maybe you deserved it. My jaw tightened. Deserved what? Being humbled. You think this is about pride? I think you act like the world owes you for being a good guy. I walked past her. I can't even look at you. She followed. What are you doing? I opened the bedroom closet, packing your things. She scoffed. You're kicking me out? I want you gone. You're serious. I didn't answer. She stepped. Closer. Where am I supposed to go? To your mother's. To hell. I don't care. You can't just throw me out like this. Watch me. Her voice rose. I'm pregnant, Noah, and you're poison. Her hand shot out, knocking a picture frame off the shelf. It's shattered. I gave you everything, she screamed. No, I said, my voice cold. I did. I walked back into the kitchen. Chloe was still standing there. You need to leave too. She looked up, eyes red. Please, don't shut me out. You made that choice when you opened your door to him. I wasn't thinking. No, you were. She stepped forward. I'll do anything to fix this. There's no fix. I'm your sister, and that's what makes this unbearable. I reached for a glass. My hands were trembling. The rage inside me was louder than any scream I could let out. The glass slipped and shattered in my hand. Shit, I hissed. Blood dripped onto the floor. Chloe ran forward. Noah, you're bleeding. Don't touch me. She froze. I grabbed a towel, wrapping my hand. Pain, finally, something that made sense. Ava stepped in. Look at you, losing it over one stupid night. I looked up. Say that again? She tilted her head. Maybe this was your wake-up call. My voice dropped. Get out. You think you're some saint. You act like you never mess up. I never broke anyone who loved me. She grabbed the suitcase I had half filled and flung it toward the door. Fine, you'll regret this. No, I said, you will. She slammed the door. The house fell silent. Chloe stood in the corner like a shadow, her mouth trembling. Please, she whispered, don't hate me. I don't hate you, I said quietly. I just don't know you anymore. She left without another word. I sat on the floor, hand throbbing, heart shattered. The nursery door was cracked open. Inside, the crib stood unfinished. Tools scattered on the floor. A little blue onesie lay draped over the edge. I walked in, picked. It upheld it against my chest. This was supposed to be our beginning, but now it felt like the end. She stood by the front door, suitcase in hand, eyes burning with everything she wasn't saying. Don't expect me to come back, Ava snapped. I didn't flinch. I won't. She rolled her eyes. You act like you're the victim. You cheated, lied, watched it all burn. She scoffed. You're impossible. You're gone. She yanked the door open, stepped outside, and slammed it shut. It echoed like a gunshot. I tried to breathe, tried to be still. Just one night of silence. That's all I needed. Then the phone rang. Ava, I answered. Her voice was shaky. It's time. What? The baby. I think. My water broke. My throat dried. Where are you? Outside my mom's eye. I don't know what to do. I'm coming. She didn't say a word when I helped her into the car. She winced with every bump in the road. You called anyone else? I asked. No, not Mason. She closed her eyes. Don't. Just asking. She held her stomach, breathing heavy. We didn't speak again until we pulled into the hospital parking lot. The nurse wheeled her inside. I followed in silence. Ava looked at me as they pushed her toward the delivery room. You staying? Not leaving. Her lips trembled. Even now, I didn't answer. I just nodded. They took her behind the double doors. I was told to wait, so I waited. In that god-awful green plastic chair, alone with buzzing lights and vending machines. Family of Ava Carson, a nurse asked. I stood. I'm her Hess. She's progressing slowly. First-time moms. Might be a while. I nodded. Want some water? No, just tell me if something changes. She smiled softly and walked off. Time passed. I stared at the ceiling, stared at the cracks in the tiles, stared at the tiny blue pacifier keychain. In my pocket, I couldn't feel my legs anymore, but I felt everything else. Every ache, every memory, every crack. Another hour. Another update. She's doing okay. Okay, she was okay. Was I? Then came the shout over the intercom. Code Blue Room 7. I shot up. Is that? The nurse rushed past me. Not her. Not her room. I sat down. My hands were shaking. I buried my face in them. And then the door opened. It's time, the nurse said. You can come in. Ava was screaming. Her hair was soaked. Face twisted in pain. I rushed to her side. She didn't say a word. Just grabbed my hand. I let her. She pushed. She cried. She screamed, then silence. A wail cut the air. A cry I'd never heard before, yet somehow recognized. It's a boy. The nurse called. They placed him in my arms. I forgot how to breathe. Tiny hands, wrinkled skin, eyes shut tight. He fit perfectly in the crook of my arm. Ava turned her face away. I held our son closer. Hi, Emmett, I whispered. I'm your dad. Ava watched from the bed, saying nothing. Do you want to hold him? I asked. She shook her head slowly. He's beautiful, I said. I know. I looked at her. You really don't want to? Her eyes welled up. I can't. I nodded. Okay. She fell asleep soon after. I sat beside her, holding Emmett against my chest. He was warm, breathing soft. For the first time in weeks, I didn't feel hollow. I felt needed. Not by Ava, not by Chloe, not by anyone else. Just him. My son, the nurse came in, want us to take him for the night. I shook my head. No, he stays with me. She smiled and backed out quietly. I whispered into his tiny ear, it's just you and me now. And for the first time in a long time, that was enough. The house was quiet again, no crying, no shouting, no Ava, just me and Emmett. He slept in a bassinet beside the couch, wrapped in a blanket too big for him. His tiny chest rose and fell like nothing in the world had gone wrong. I wished I could believe that too. I found myself in the attic later that day. Boxes, dust, silence I hadn't opened. Dad's stuff since the funeral. One box in the corner had my name on it. Noah for later scrawled in thick marker. I sat cross-legged and opened it. Inside were old photos, broken watch, and a stack of yellowed letters. I pulled one out. It was addressed to me. If you're reading this, I'm probably long gone. Sorry about that. I blinked hard. Dad's handwriting, still messy. Still him, I don't have much advice. You'll figure out your own way. But if life ever kicks you so hard you can't breathe, start with this. I swallowed. Son, love is a powerful thing, but love without respect, that's a trap. Don't. Stay where you're not honored. I clenched the page. If you ever lose, everyone start with yourself. I read the letter 3 times. Every word hit harder. Later, I called Grandma. Hey, sweetie, she said. How's the little guy sleeping? You got a second? Course you remember the attic box Dad left me? I do. Did he tell you about the letter? There was a pause. Only that he hoped you wouldn't need it. I laughed softly. Well, I guess I did. What did it say? That I shouldn't stay where I'm not respected. Makes sense. I thought love was enough. Noah, she said gently, love isn't supposed to hurt like that. After the call, I sat in Emmett's room. I looked at the shelves. The stuffed bear, the sky blue walls. Guess we're rebuilding from the ground up, huh? He stirred a little, then fell still again. You didn't ask for any of this, but you've got me. That night, Ava texted, can I come see him? I stared at the screen for a long time, then typed, not today. She didn't reply. I called Chloe next. She answered on the 3rd ring. Noah. I'm not calling to yell. Okay. I found a letter from Dad. He said, love without respect is a trap. She didn't say anything. I don't hate you, Chloe. Her breath hitched. You don't. But I don't. Trust you either. I understand I need time. You'll have it. I looked at Emmett. He stretched, yawned, and reached out without opening his eyes. I placed my finger in his palm. He held on tight, and in that tiny grip, I found the start of something whole again. Uncle Ray. Noah. Well, I'll be damned. Been years since I heard your voice. Yeah, I didn't know who else to call. You sound tired. I'm a single dad now. There was a pause. Ava, gone. Long story, and the baby. Emmett. He's sleeping beside me. You need help. I need a fresh start. Ray invited me over the next day. His garage smelled like oil and old plans. You remember these? He asked, pointing to his tool wall. Every single one. Got some saved, it's not much. But if you're serious, I am. You ever think of running your own crew? I have, actually. He nodded. Then let's build something. That week, I filed the paperwork. Registered my business, Emmett Renovations. Catchy. Maybe not, but it was ours. I ordered secondhand tools. Borrowed Ray's old truck. Printed flyers at home while Emmett napped on my chest. Chloe texted again. I'm proud of you. I didn't reply. Not yet. First, job was a bathroom remodel. Tiny, cramped. Took twice as long with Emmett strapped to my back. The client stared. You're bringing the baby. Can't afford a sitter? She blinked. Okay. Just don't drop a drill on him. I won't. By the end of the week, she paid double. You did good, she said. And your kid? Quietest baby I've ever seen. I smiled. Thanks. He likes sawdust, apparently. Word spread, another job. Then 2. Then 4. My hands cracked. My back ached. But I came home every night to the same face, same little smile. He was why I kept going. Chloe kept texting. I saw your ad. The logo's cute. Let me help with the books. Please just talk to me. Still nothing from me. Then Ava email. Subject. Shared custody. Message. I want to be part of Emmett's life. Let's discuss visitation. I stared at the screen for an hour, then clicked. Replied no. She called the next day. You're seriously refusing to co-parent. You left the night you went into labor. I was scared and I stayed. You're being cruel. I'm protecting him. I'm his mother. You're a stranger. You can't keep him from me. I'm filing for full custody. She hung up. That night, I held Emmett tighter than usual. Don't worry, buddy, I whispered. I'm not letting anyone take you. Ray came by the next morning. You look like hell, he said, handing me coffee. Feel like it too. Court, coming. You've got this, you think? I watched you fall apart. Now I'm watching you build a business with a baby strapped to your chest. That's not weakness, kid. That's fire. Later, I sat in the truck staring at the courthouse flyer pinned. To the dash, you ready? I asked Emmett. He sneezed. I laughed. Close enough. Mr. Cole, are you ready? My lawyer asked as we waited outside the courtroom. I looked down at Emmett, asleep in his carrier. As ready as I'll ever be. Just stay calm. Let me handle the fire. She's going to lie, I said. She always does. That's what evidence is for. Inside, Ava sat straight-backed in a beige blazer. Her hair was pinned up, makeup subtle just enough to say, I'm put together. She didn't look at me. The judge walked in. Everyone rose. Be seated, he said. Ava's attorney stood. Your Honor, my client simply wants joint custody of her son, Emmett. She acknowledges past tension but wishes to co-parent peacefully. The judge nodded, and the father's response. My lawyer rose. We are requesting full custody. We will provide ample documentation proving the mother abandoned the child at birth and has demonstrated instability. Proceed. Ava took the stand first. I've changed, she said sweetly. The pregnancy was overwhelming. I panicked. But I never stopped loving my child. Her voice cracked perfectly. I want to be there now. Every diaper, every step. He needs his mother. The judge scribbled something. My lawyer stood slowly. Ms. Carson, were you in communication with a man named Mason Thomas during your pregnancy? She blinked. He's a friend of the family. Is this your message? He held up a printed screenshot. I wish it was yours instead of his, sent from your number dated 2 weeks before the child was born. Ava went pale. That was taken out of context. There's more. He flipped to another. Let him raise. I'm done pretending. Sound familiar? Ava looked down. Did you also text Mason the night of your labor to say, too late? He's here. I guess I'm stuck with this now. Silence. My lawyer turned to the judge. Your Honor, these texts speak volumes about the mother's regard for her child and the father. She had no intention of raising him until the father built a stable life on his own. Ava's voice shook. Those were emotional moments, or honest ones. Her attorney objected. Speculation withdrawn. It was my turn. I took the stand, heart pounding. Noah, my lawyer began. Why do you want full custody? Because I never left, I said. Because I stayed when she walked. Because I've rocked him through colic, strapped him to my back at job sites, and read him bedtime stories before he could even understand them. Did Ava ever visit? No. Offer financial help? No. Try to bond with him? She sent one email. I declined. Why? I looked at Ava because I don't trust someone who treats a child like a punishment. Her lawyer stood. Mr. Cole, do you believe mothers deserve second chances? I believe good mothers never abandon their kids in the first place. We both rested our cases. The judge leaned forward. I've reviewed the documentation. The messages. The timeline. He paused. Custody is granted fully to the father, Noah Cole. Visitation by the mother is denied at this time. Ava gasped. Her chair scraped as she stood. You can't do this. The judge didn't look at her. She turned to me. Noah, please, he's my son too. You walked out on him. I was scared. You still are. Tears spilled down her cheeks. You're punishing me? No, I said softly. You did that yourself. The bailiff guided her out gently. She looked back once at Emmett, but I didn't break outside. My lawyer clapped my shoulder. Well done. I nodded. Ray called. How'd it go? We won. I looked at Emmett. He smiled in his sleep. Karma doesn't shout. It whispers. And today, it spoke for me. The knock came just after Emmett went down for his nap. Soft, hesitant. I opened the door. Chloe stood there. Thinner than I remembered. Paler, too. Her eyes sank deeper into her face. Hey, she said quietly. I didn't move. Can I come in? I stepped aside. She walked in like the house was haunted. Maybe it was. She sat on the edge of the couch, hands in her lap, eyes on the floor. I won't stay long, she whispered. I just needed to see you. I didn't reply. I heard about the custody ruling. Still nothing from me. She looked up. You deserve that. Full custody, I mean. You're the better parent. I leaned against the doorframe. Mason left. She said suddenly. My eyes didn't shift. He said I was a mistake, she continued, voice cracking. Said I ruined everything. I crossed my arms. I thought we were in love. Still nothing, but it was just guilt. On his part, and loneliness on mine. She looked at me then. I lost everything to Noah. I stared back. I don't expect you to say anything, she murmured. I just needed you to know I regret it. All of it. Silence. I haven't slept. I can't eat. I see Emmett's photos online and her breath hitched. I know I don't deserve to hold him or be around you. She stopped. The quiet wrapped around us. I wish I could take it back. She whispered. I didn't blink. I wish I could go back to being the sister you trusted. She looked down again, but I know I can't. The air between us was thick with everything unspoken. I've said too much, she muttered. I should go. She stood slowly, eyes full of tears. I just miss my brother. I opened the door. She paused beside me. Even if you never forgive me, I'll always love you. I nodded once. She stepped outside, stopped, turned back. I'll wait, she said. However long it takes. Then she walked away, and I shut the door without saying a word. The text came on a Wednesday. Please, just one visit. I need to see him. I stared at the screen, thumb hovering. 1 hour. Supervised. She responded instantly. Thank you. We met at the park by the swings. Emmett sat in his stroller, clutching his stuffed giraffe. Ava walked up slowly, hands shaking. Hi, she said. I nodded. He just ate. Can I not yet? Sit. She sat on the bench, eyes locked on him. He's grown so much. He does that? She tried to smile. I wasn't sure you'd say yes. I almost didn't. She looked down. I deserve that. Emmett babbled and kicked his legs. Her eyes welled up. He looks like you. He acts like himself. She laughed softly. Does he know who I am? He knows who shows up. That stung. I could see it. After a while, I unbuckled Emmett and set him on the grass. He crawled clumsily toward her, curious. Her hand covered her mouth. Oh, my God. He started last week, I said. She dropped to her knees, letting him reach her. He touched her fingers, then looked up, confused. She sobbed. Hi, baby, I'm Mommy. He stared for a second, then turned away toward me. He crawled back into my arms. Ava crumbled. I did this, she whispered. I let him go. I stayed quiet. I should have stayed. I should have tried. Why didn't you? I was selfish. I thought I'd have time. You didn't. I know that now. She sat back, wiping her face. I see pictures of him, she said. I zoom in just to feel close. You don't get to feel close from a distance. I didn't come to fight. Didn't come to forgive. She nodded slowly. I get it. I didn't bring him for you. I added, I brought him for me. Snow, I tried. Her eyes filled again. You've changed. I had to. I haven't. That's why I'm holding him? Emmett reached up, tugged at my shirt. I picked him up, pressed a kiss to his forehead. Ava wiped her face again. He's happy. Is. Are you? I met her eyes. I'm not angry anymore. Just done. Her bottom lip trembled. That's worse. I know. We stood. The hour had passed. I won't ask again. She said, good. I hope someday. Maybe. No. I cut in. Let this be the ending. She swallowed. You're right. I turned to leave, Noah. Look back. Thank you. For not hating me. I didn't answer. I just walked away, peace in my arms. Regret behind me. There was a knock at the door. I wiped paint off my hands and opened it. Jordan stood there, holding a foil-covered plate. Peace offering. I blinked. Did we fight? She laughed. No, but I live next door and I've never brought cookies. Figured that's a crime. Depends on the flavor. Chocolate chip with walnuts. I grinned. Forgiven. Come in. She glanced around the living room. Wow. You did all this. Most of it at night. Looks good. Smells like effort. I pointed to the playpen. That's Emmett's territory. She leaned over. Hey, buddy. He gurgled and drooled on his fist. Instant approval, I said. You've passed the test. We sat down with coffee and cookies. I still can't believe you live next door, I said. She sipped slowly. I moved back 6 months ago. After the divorce, I raised an eyebrow. Rough, ugly, quiet, but ugly. Same, yeah. I heard. I tilted my head. You did? My mom lives down the street. Small town, big mouths. I sighed. Right. She smiled softly. You're kind of a legend, though. Single dad who built a company with a baby on his back. I chuckled. Legend sounds generous. Still impressive. Emmett squealed from the playpen. Jordan stood. May I? Go ahead. She picked him up with practiced ease. He's so light. It's fast when he crawls. It's like a drunk. Spider. She laughed. You ever get time to breathe? Not really, but I've learned to breathe in pieces. She nodded. Ah, that's honest. She stayed for an hour. We talked about everything and nothing. No flirtation. No pressure, just two tired people who'd been through the ringer. The next day, she left muffins on my porch. No note. The day after, I brought her a box of diapers. Just because one evening, I caught her staring over the fence while I fed Emmett on the porch. Want to join us? I called. Only if I get a bib too. I'll grab two. We sat under the porch light as Emmett babbled. You know, she said, you don't look tired anymore. I still am, I said, but I think I'm just used to carrying. She nodded slowly. Some things never go away. They just get lighter, like grief or shame or love you gave to the wrong people. She looked at me, but still, you gave it. That counts for something. It means you didn't let them change your heart. I stared at the stars. You ever think about starting over? Every day, I don't think I'm ready. Shh. Smiled. Me neither. We watched Emmett fall asleep on my lap, and for the first time in a long time, my smile wasn't forced. The knock was soft, 2 taps. A pause, then one more. I opened the door, still holding a bottle in one hand. Hey, Jordan smiled, holding a plate. Cookies. I bribed myself into baking them. I raised a brow. You bribed yourself? Yep. Told myself if I made it through the day without crying, I'd give myself chocolate. You earned 2 plates then. She laughed and stepped inside. Hope Emmett approves. They're baby safe. He eats paper. I think he'll survive. She knelt beside his playmat. Hi there, little man. Emmett stared wide-eyed, then offered her a half-eaten teether. Wow, thanks, generous host. He likes you. I said, he likes anything with hands. We sat down, the plate between us. I took a bite. These are good. You sound surprised? I didn't know heartbreak made you a baker. Jordan smirked. Divorce makes you something. In my case, unemployed and overqualified at crying in supermarkets. Been there? Minus the baking. Maybe we should start a group. Bitter. But trying, I'd join. She smiled. So how's life today? Emmett slept 3 hours in a row. I feel like I went on vacation. Luxury client underpaid me though. Classic. And I forgot to eat lunch. Typical. We clinked cookies like sad little champagne flutes. You're doing good, Noah. Some days she looked at Emmett. Doesn't know anything but love. That means you're doing more than okay. I worry all the time. It means you care. There was a pause. She looked at me softly. You ever feel like you're finally breathing again, but you don't trust it? I nodded. Yeah, like calm means the storm's just taking a break. She exhaled. I keep waiting for someone to pull the rug again. Trust takes time. Tell that to the hole in my wall where my wedding photo used to hang. I chuckled. You punch it? No, just stared at it until I didn't want to see it anymore. That's more poetic. I'm very literary in my suffering. Emmett crawled toward her lap. Jordan froze. Is this okay? Yeah. I said, he doesn't go to just anyone. She scooped him up gently. You're heavier than you look. He giggled. She smiled wide. I forgot what it's like to hold something this small and good. Emmett makes it easy to remember. She sat cross-legged with him, bouncing him softly. You think you'll ever do it again? Marriage? No. Love. I didn't answer right away. I think about it. Me too. But I'm not rushing. Same. I'm barely ready to say the word out loud. Some days I just want quiet. And snacks, she added. Lots of snacks. Maybe that's enough for now. She passed Emmett back to me. Thanks, I said. For what? For showing up, without asking for anything. She stood, brushing off her jeans. I like your kind of silence, Noah. What kind is that? The kind that doesn't feel like punishment? At the door, she paused. You good for today? Yeah, she smiled. That's all that matters. I watched her walk back to her porch, cookies still warm in my hand, and for once, I wasn't holding pain. I was just holding peace. Where are we going, buddy? I whispered, buckling Emmett into his car seat. He gurgled and clapped his hands. That's right, I said. We're going to see Grandpa. The cemetery sat quiet on the hill just outside town. I parked near the old sycamore tree. The wind was soft. Sky still dark enough to see stars. I lifted Emmett out of the car and held him close. This is where he rests, I said, walking toward the stone. This is where it all started. Dad's headstone was simple. Michael Cole, beloved father 1971201 Savine, stood in front of it. Emmett on my hip. Hey, Dad. The breeze brushed my cheek, almost like a hand. I've been meaning to come sooner, I said, but life's been a lot. Emmett tugged at my shirt, then stared at the grass. His name's Emmett, I said. You'd have loved him. He's loud, stubborn, and already smarter than me. I smiled. You were right, by the way. About love. About people. I knelt, placing Emmett on the blanket I laid out. I read your letter, I said. The one in the attic. I pulled it from my coat pocket and placed it on the stone. You told me to leave places that don't respect me. You told me if I lost everyone, to start with myself. I exhaled slowly. I lost a lot, Dad, Ava, Chloe, Mason. The future I thought I had. I sat cross-legged on the grass beside Emmett, who was busy picking at leaves. But I didn't lose myself. And I didn't lose him. I looked up at the sky. I thought revenge would make me feel powerful. But it didn't. What did was showing up. I leaned forward, brushing some dirt off the headstone. I showed up for him, fed him, bathed him, protected him. That's strength, that's love. Emmett crawled into my lap, resting his head. On my chest, he doesn't care who betrayed who. He just wants me near. I heard footsteps behind me. I turned slightly. Chloe stood there, hands in her coat pockets. I didn't know you'd be here, she said. I didn't expect anyone to follow. I wasn't following, she said gently. I visit him too. Looked back at the stone. Been a while. She nodded. I talk to him when I can't talk to anyone else. Didn't respond. I heard about the business, she said. You're doing well. I'm surviving. You're doing more than that. Emmett sneezed. Chloe smiled. It's getting big, yeah. Can I? No, I said quietly. Not today. She nodded. I understand. I believe you regret it, I added. Her eyes filled. But forgiveness isn't a one-time thing. It's earned over time. She swallowed hard. I'll keep showing up. I stood, picked Emmett up. I guess we'll see. I said. She stepped back as I walked toward the car. Later that week, Jordan stopped by. I made chili, she said, holding up a Tupperware container. Smells amazing. She smiled. Cold nights call for warm things. Come in. Emmett crawled over to greet her, babbling. She scooped him up. You got heavier this week? I think he eats drywall. She laughed. Strong bones then. We sat around the kitchen table. She stirred her spoon slowly. I saw Chloe outside your house yesterday. Yeah, she looked small. She made herself that way. You think she'll ever fix it? I don't know. Some things break differently. Jordan nodded. Fair. We ate in silence for a minute. I went to the cemetery. I said, your dad. Yeah, what did you say? Dad? What did you say? I finally understood. What? That. Strength isn't about fighting back. It's about standing still and staying. She looked at me for a long time. You really believe that? I do. She smiled softly. Then maybe you've healed more than you think. That night, I stood by the window with Emmett in my arms. The neighborhood was quiet. The stars were out again. You know what I realized? Today, I whispered. He blinked up at me. That I didn't lose anything. I kissed the top of his head. They lost me.